Hello and welcome everyone. My name is Jatin Purohit. I'm Senior Technical Marketing Manager at VMware, and in this session, I will demonstrate how to leverage PowerShell DSC to build and configure the vSphere environment. The PowerShell DSC is a management framework built into PowerShell, which provides the infrastructure as a code approach to build and configure the IT infrastructure. The whole idea behind PowerShell DSC is to have a configuration document written in a declarative code style and apply the configuration document on the target endpoint, ensuring that the target endpoint receives the configuration and ensures that it complies with the desired state configurations. The vSphere DSC module provides the PowerShell DSC resources for vSphere. The module currently has 70 plus resources to configure different configuration aspects within vCenter and ESXi host. The vSphere DSC module can be implemented in two ways. The first one is Microsoft PS desired state module, and the second one is with VMware provided PS desired state configuration module. If we go with the approach one, then Microsoft provided PS desired state configuration module requires a local configuration manager to receive and execute the configuration on the target endpoint. In case of vSphere, we have two important endpoints. The first one is the vCenter server and the second one is the ESXi host. Both vCenter server and ESXi host doesn't have PowerShell running on it. So that means that we don't really have a local configuration manager running inside the vCenter server and ESXi host. In order to execute the vSphere DSC resources on vSphere environment, what we need to do is we need to set up a proxy LCM server. And this proxy LCM server is basically a Windows server which will receive the DSC configuration on behalf of vSphere endpoints such as vCenter and ESXi host and creates a VI session to ensure that the vSphere environment is configured as per the desired state. The Microsoft provided PS desired state configuration module compiles the configuration in a MOV file and execute this particular MOV file with the help of local configuration manager. This particular approach clearly creates some operational overhead for us in order to execute the DSC resources on vSphere. The second method, which is VMware provided PS desired state configuration module, uses something called invoke DSC resource cmdelete. The invoke DSC resource cmdelete currently is an experimental feature which allows you to execute the DSC resources without requiring to have PowerShell LCM engine. This means that now you can directly apply the DSC configuration onto the vSphere environment without involving the local configuration manager. In this particular demonstration, I will be using the VMware.PS desired state configuration module, and as a part of the configuration, we will be configuring the different configuration aspect within the vCenter and the ESXi host. As a part of the vCenter server configuration, we will be creating a vSphere cluster. We will be creating a DV switch. Once the vCenter server configurations are done, we will be moving all the ESXi hosts to the newly built cluster. We will be ensuring that the ESXi host networking with respect to standard switch and distributed switch is taken care. And at last, we will be configuring the two NFS data store, the HPT DS01 and HPT DS02. Let me go into the lab environment, and you can see that on the vCenter server, we don't have any vSphere cluster. Similarly, we don't have the distributed switch and DV port group over here. And if I can show you the ESXi host configuration, then you can see that the host network configuration are not correct. We want to have VMNIC 0 and VMNIC 1 to the vSwitch 0, and similarly 2 and 3 to the distributed switch. If we check the data store, then we don't have the HPT DS01 and HPT DS02 mounted on the respective ESXi host. Let me quickly show you the configuration document. The configuration document is written in a .ps1 file. If you see that, it's a declarative code style where we are specifying we want to create an HA cluster, we want to create a DRS cluster. These are the properties of the DRS cluster. Then we want to create a VD switch and ensuring that the VD switch version is 6.6.0. In the similar fashion, we want to create a V2 port group on the same DV switch. Once the vCenter server configurations are done, we want to move all the ESXi hosts to the newly built vSphere cluster, which is DSC demo. And then we want to ensure that the vSwitch 0 has two NIC card, VMNIC 0 and VMNIC 1. Similarly, VMNIC 2 and 3 has to be part of the HPT DS02. We want to also create or mount the HPT DS01 and HPT DS02 NFS data store on the respective ESXi host. And at last, we will be configuring the network core term. And all of these ESXi host configuration we will be repeating on each and every ESXi host. So now let's execute new VMware DSC configuration. Provide the configuration to the path parameter. So in this case, the configuration document is dscnode.ps1, and assign this this cmdlet to a config variable, and then pass that config variable to start VMW DSC configuration. So instead of passing a MOF file in case of PowerShell LCM engine, in this case we are just passing a PowerShell object, which is basically a PowerShell variable containing the configuration document. So now you can see that the start VMW DSC configuration has executed. Now it is working on HPT ESXi 01, and at present it is doing the network core dump configurations. And if we can quickly see the vSphere UI, we can see that the cluster has been created. You can see the DSC demo cluster. You can see that the two data store DS01 and DS02 are created. In the similar fashion, we have the distributed switch, and we will be repeating the same configuration for each and every ESXi host. So now it is working on HPT ESXi 02. Executing now on HPT ESXi 03. And now it is executing on the last ESXi host, and the execution is completed now. And if we can quickly test the DSC configuration using test VMW DSC configuration and use the detail switch, we can see that the configurations are compliant. The vSphere environment is compliant, and it will show you that it is in desired state, right? So you can see in desired state is set as true. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna delete a couple of settings. So first I will turn off the vSphere HA, and after that I will turn off or I will delete the DV port group, which is DV management. So now if we execute the test VMW DSC configuration, you will see that the overall compliance will be returned as false, and it will also show you what are the resources which are not in desired state. So the detailed switch is an optional parameter. Yeah, as you can see over here, the VD port group and HA cluster resource are not in desired state. So if you use the detail switch, you can get this level of detail through test VMW DSC configuration. That's it from my side. Thank you for joining this session. And for more information, you can visit the GitHub wiki page. The project is open source. You can also contribute the project. You can also join VMware Code on Slack and add the vSphere DSC channel, which is PowerCLI DSC contrib, and be part of the vSphere DSC conversations. You can follow us on Twitter. @PowerCLI is our Twitter page, and all the things related to PowerCLI, you can visit the developer.vmware.com/PowerCLI. Thank you.